This week on Game of Thrones, King's Landing is fucking lit.
What's up, guys? It's Mike and Andrew from the Earth's Mightiest Zeros, and winter is finally here. That's right, we are here to break down and review the season finale of Season 6 of Game of Thrones, titled The Winds of Winter. So this season was pretty incredible.
Oh yeah, it was so sick.
Started off really good. It really didn't drag at any point, and then it finished incredibly strong. These last two episodes were probably two of my favorite episodes of the show ever.
Yeah. I expected the typical episode 10 kind of downtick. Nope. There will be several spoilers. So if you haven't watched this episode yet, don't listen to this until you watch it. So Cersei and Loras' trial is underway in King's Landing. Everybody's chilling out at the Sept of Baelor, and the High Sparrow and all of his homies are circling around, and Loras is up first. The High Sparrow starts going on and on about all of his bullshit, and Loras just goes, you know what, there's no need for that. I confess, I'm guilty. Sorry, I like dudes. I lied about liking dudes. I did all this other shit that you think is bad. Sorry about it. I'm down to give up my house. You can carve your little fucking thing in my face if you want to, and we're good to go. Were you surprised that Loras gave in so easily?
A little bit. Not really, because he kind of has been absent really most of the season, and it would have been weird to have him go really into a trial.
Yeah, it kind of didn't make sense, right? I did think it was weird that he repented for being on his knees in front of guys by getting on his knees in front of a guy. Loras is all taken care of, but somebody's not at the trial, and that somebody is Cersei. That's kind of important, right? But she's nowhere to be seen. Tom is not there either, all right? We actually go back to the Red Keep, and we see Tommen trying to make his way out to the trial, and the Mountain stops him at the door, just kind of puts his hand on his chest, and he's like, you're not going anywhere. We're not really sure exactly why this is until just a little bit later. So the High Sparrow sends somebody out to go find Cersei, and one of the little birds goes running off, all right? The dude starts chasing the little bird instead of going to get Cersei, and he ends up in this tunnel. The kid who he's been chasing stabs him, and he falls. He notices that the tunnel is full of barrels of wildfire, and at the very end of the tunnel, there are 3 candles just very, very slowly burning out. When they burn out, the shit's gonna blow. All right, so he starts crawling like a motherfucker, Lieutenant Dan style, down the hallway. All right, he's trying to get to these candles. Right when he makes it to the candle, boom.
While all this is happening, in the trial room, we see Marjorie kind of starting to freak out. And she's like, something is not right. Cersei knows what's going to happen here to her, and she's not here, so that means that something bad is going to happen to all of us. And she's trying to tell the High Sparrow all this, and he's not having it. He's like, no, she's being herself, blah, 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 blah.
You can kind of tell he believes Marjorie, though, but he doesn't want to, show any weakness, right?
Yeah.
Well, guess what he's weak against? Wildfire. Because his ass got incinerated.
Yeah.
It was fucking horror movie style, just
Yeah, and it was pretty ironic, because Marjorie is telling everybody to run away.
Yeah, and they're keeping them inside.
Yeah, they're trying to run away. And they're all keeping them inside, and, fucking place just incinerates.
Boom. Quick, death toll from the scene. High Sparrow, done, all right?
All of them.
Yeah, all of them, but, key people, right? High Sparrow, gone. Basically, all the other Sept people, gone. Marjorie, gone. Loras, gone. Basically, Tyrell, except for Olenna, gone.
So somebody who didn't die in the fire is Tommen. But he watched this all go down, and he decides to take his crown off and leisurely jump out of his window.
It's the most fucking shocking scene in the world. He's literally just shoo.
Yeah.
He was kind of a worthless piece of shit anyway.
Yeah.
But I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Realistically, he's only met Marjorie 6 times.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he was kind of there to just kind of further the plot with the High Sparrow and get walked all over.
But you know what? I just realized he probably thought that Cersei was there.
Oh.
He didn't know that Cersei wasn't there.
That's true. That's true, because the Mountain didn't tell him.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe, but he's not that smart anyway.
So he thought that he just lost everything.
Yeah, maybe.
Much. Fuck. Rest in peace to Tommen. But go Cersei a little bit. She decides that she's going to get back at the lady who tortured her when she was imprisoned. And she basically waterboards her with wine. And she just keeps going like, confess, confess, confess. Fucking, the lady's like, it's great.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
The lady's like, well, it's cool. You can kill me. I'm ready to meet the gods. And Cersei's like, oh no. Oh, no.
You're not dying today.
No, honey boo boo. You're not meeting the gods. You're meeting the Mountain's fucking dead dick. So Cersei locks her in the room with the Mountain and just walks away going, shame. 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 It's amazing. I fucking hate Cersei, and I want her to get beaten so bad, but I also want her to beat this fucking lady so bad.
I hate her, but she is fucking fun as hell to watch this season.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, so then Cersei puts on her Darth Vader outfit and slowly walks down the throne room and is now queen. So she has gone full Sith Lord, and she is ruling this bitch.
She sits down on the Iron Throne. They show the crowd, and they're all just like,
nope. But we have to like this because she'll probably just blow herself up and all of us with her. Now, moving on to Winterfell, the Starks have control, and we see Jon in the room where they used to have dinners, and the Red Woman is there, and Davos walks in. Basically throws the little doll thing that he found from Princess Shireen, throws it at the Red Woman, and is
who makes
like,
a really good catch.
Yeah.
She catches it.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. And basically is like, confess to what you did. Tell Jon what you did. And she tells him that she had to burn her alive and blah, 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 blah. Long story short, Jon sends her into exile. Davos says that he's going to kill her if she ever comes back, blah, blah, blah. But I don't think that's the last we've seen of her.
No, she's still going to fuck some shit up.
Yeah, because they need her, I think, against the White Walkers.
I don't know if they do.
No?
I don't know. I still haven't figured her out, man. I was hoping by the end of the season we'd kind of have a better deal. You know, and we saw the old lady boobs, so there's something weird going on. But we don't know what it is.
That's what I like about her, is like we really don't know her whole story yet.
Yeah.
And I think if we were done with her, they would have killed her.
Yeah. I mean, I think that she's wrong, but I don't think she's full of shit.
Yeah.
Like, she has something going on, right?
Oh, for sure.
So, like, all those red people, they all have some kind of special thing going on. But it's just a matter of, like, what is it?
So then we see Sansa and Littlefinger talking by this tree, and basically Littlefinger is like, I want to be the king of the Seven Kingdoms, and I want to sit...
More importantly,
yeah,
he wants to be the king of Sansa's Vajay.
Yes. And tries to kiss her, and Sansa's like, I'm not down. And basically was like, yeah, that's a nice picture you're painting, but that's about it. Then we see basically all of the people who were involved in the battle to win Winterfell. And Jon Snow and Sansa are sitting at the table, and basically everybody's like, all right, we gotta leave because winter's here, and like...
We're not fighting with any fucking wildlings.
Yeah. So the little mini Mormont basically gets up and gives the speech of a lifetime. And basically everybody's like, all right, the king of the north!
Today we are canceling the apocalypse. It's the Independence Day speech of 8-year-old girls.
Yeah.
I guess.
And everybody is cheering for the king of the north, Jon Snow, and Sansa's kind of sitting there. She looks kind of happy, I guess, kind of proud of her half-brother. And then Littlefinger is sitting in the back just pouting.
Oh, I wouldn't even know if he's pouting. He's mean-mugging.
Yeah,
he looks over at her, he's like... So, we're back in Marine, and Khaleesi is talking to her boyfriend, Dario. And she goes, yo, I really like you, but you and me, not going to work out so well when we get to Westeros. My image needs to be of an available woman, basically, so that I can build bonds and create ties through marriage. And he's like, I don't care. You can marry somebody and we can still do it. And she's like, no, you don't get it, man. You're not coming. You got to stay here and make sure that Marine stays a free place. You got to take care of all these homies. He doesn't really seem like he wants to do that, though.
No, he was not really having it.
He's not into it. He's just trying to follow her wherever she goes. But she finally convinces him to stay, and then she goes out and tells Tyrion that she doesn't really even feel bad about it.
Yeah.
But she is kind of scared of the fact that she doesn't feel bad about it. She's a little bit nervous about the person she's becoming. Tyrion basically assures her that she's going to be a great leader, and she makes him the hand to the queen. She got a nice little hand to the queen badge made up for him, and he looks very happy, and he bows, which is kind of unnecessary. And
it was a nice little scene, though.
Yeah, it was very cute. He basically pledges, he said, I won't pledge you my sword because I don't have one, but what I do have is knowledge, and I will give you that for as long as I can. We're skipping ahead a little bit here, but we want to follow through with this storyline. The last scene of the episode is basically this armada that Khaleesi has built.
Yeah, insane.
It's enormous. And she's got dragons flying overhead. She's got Dothraki on boats. She's got the boring-ass Greyjoys on the boats. She's got Tyrion on the boat. And
she's got little dragon heads on the tip of every single boat, which is so badass.
Yeah.
So cool.
Varys is on the boat, even though he was in Dorne 5 minutes before that. So they're rolling mad deep across the ocean. They're on their way. And next season, they will be in Westeros.
Yeah, which is going to be insane.
Unless there's 10 episodes of really boring boat shit.
Then there's a really quick scene in Dorne, and basically the Sand Stakes are leading the city of Dorne, and Varys is there and says some really cryptic shit, and basically says fire and blood. And that's pretty much it. Olenna is there, and I think that she knows that everybody that she's ever known is dead, but it was a little bit unclear to me. Maybe I was just kind of overwhelmed by everything that had just happened.
I mean, she's wearing all black. She seems pretty sad. She mentions her granddaughter and her son are dead. But she doesn't seem like overly upset. I don't know. It's kind of a weird scene.
Yeah, overall, I didn't really think that was a super important scene. I'm sure it will become important, but I was not super interested.
Let's just be honest. Dorne sucks worse than the Iron Islands. Then we are back in River Run, and we are sitting in a very familiar and very sad hall. It's the home of the Red Wedding people. And there's another feast going on, which made me think some more Red Wedding style bullshit was about to happen. Luckily, that's not the case. What we do get is a scene of Jaime and Walder Frey talking. Walder's trying to celebrate their victory, and Jaime's like, yo, it's really our victory, bro. And Walder Frey's like, and Jaime's like, fine, I fucking will, bitch. So they talk. Jaime basically lays the hammer down on him. And then later on, Walder Frey's in the hall by himself. Walder's sitting at the table, just kind of snacking, and this girl comes up who he doesn't recognize as one of his own, and she gives him a meat pie. And he takes a look, he goes, oh, this looks pretty damn good. He starts snacking on that meat pie, getting a little nibble in.
He's like, where's my boys? And the girl's like, they're here, sir. And he's like, I don't see them. Where's my boys? And basically she goes, they're right here, and shows him the meat pie, and he pulls up the crust, and there's a little thumb there. And then at this point he realizes what's going on, and it shows the girl, and it is a girl without a name, but her name is Arya Stark. And at this point, I am out of my seat, hands in the air, and I am so stoked. This is my favorite scene of the entire season, maybe of the show. I was so stoked about this.
It was pretty fucking great.
It was awesome.
Great. She just literally just is like, and I thought it was going to be Johnny Depp as the demon barber at Fleet Street, Sweeney Todd himself. And she's just sitting there going,
Yeah, she makes sure he knows that it's her, and slices his throat and then like plays with it.
She makes him look at the meat pie as he's dying.
Yeah.
She's like holding his head.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's fucking
what a scene.
God damn. Everybody's been wondering, where is Bran? I'm sure you've been wondering that, right?
Bran!
Yeah. Well, Uncle Benjen is still riding away from the White Walkers, despite the fact that it's been like 3 weeks, it seems like, since that happened. And then he kind of just gets near this tree and he's like, well, you're out of here. And he just kind of drops him off.
Yeah, and I don't know if I had missed it before, but we get confirmation now that he is dead.
And he can't go past the wall because he's dead.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then we see kind of in the background, we see a face kind of on this tree. And this tree looks oddly familiar to the tree Sansa and Littlefinger were standing in front of.
Yeah, well, it's also really similar to the tree where the original Three-Eyed Raven was, too.
Correct.
It's those prayer trees with the faces on it, basically, right?
Yeah.
The grandmother willows of Westeros.
Correct.
And Bran's leaning up against the tree, and he's like, I know what I have to do. I'm ready. I'm the next Three-Eyed Raven. And he puts his hand on the little tree mouth, and he wargs right back into the past.
To the Tower of Joy.
To the Tower of Joy. We pick up where we left off with Ned looking back over his shoulder to hear who called out to him. And he runs up the stairs, and we finally hear what all that fucking commotion was about in the tower.
And it's Lyanna Stark giving birth to Jon Snow.
Oh, yeah.
And it is at this point that we get confirmation finally that Jon Snow is half Stark and half Targaryen.
You know what that means.
So basically, they don't go out and say it because they purposely make it very muffled and blah, blah, blah. But we hear Lyanna say that we cannot let Robert find out about this because he will kill me and kill
the
baby. And we know that this means that he's a Targaryen because that is Robert's basically deed that he has said that he's going to kill all the Targaryens and end the bloodline. So there you have it.
But that bloodline is alive.
Yes.
And that
alive and well.
Jon Snow can ride some motherfucking dragons. At least I hope. We saved the most amazing, most interesting, most intriguing, most mind-bending part of this episode.
Incredible.
For the very last part of this discussion. And that is that Sam went to a library. And that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we had to check in with him before the end of the season, but it kind of... That was the only part of the episode, to me, that felt like it was unnecessary. That and Dorne. It was just like, okay, we see him here, and I'm sure that this place will be really important later.
Yeah,
but right now, it didn't really matter. And it was just like...
He'll find something in there that's really important.
Yeah.
He'll probably Tom Riddle's journal.
It was fine.
Yeah.
But as a whole, like I said at the beginning of this, I thought this was phenomenal. This was an incredible season finale to cap off a really, really great season. I know we just finished it, but I think this might be my favorite season yet because we got so much. We finished storylines, I think.
Yeah, there's some stuff that's done.
There's some stuff that's done, and that's really never happened before in this show. And we are finally converging, and winter is finally here.
So many people are finally going to meet each other.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about that.
This caps off our last episode of this. We will be doing another special video that basically we check in with every single character and say where they are and where we think they're going to go next season. And so keep an eye out for that. What did you guys think of this season finale? What did you guys think of the whole season? What was your favorite part of the whole season? Let us know in the comments. We really like hearing from you guys, and it's really fun to hear your theories and what you guys like.
Yeah. And hey, if you have a show that you'd like us to recap and review, let us know, because we need a new show, you guys. Game of Thrones is done for a year.
I don't know what I'm going to do with myself.
I know what I'm going to do with myself. Shame.
Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for all kinds of fun videos. Please check out our website, earthsmightiestzeros.com, and we will see you next season.
Bye.